the cage that once contained her and went straight towards the little Uzumaki. She spoke. I will not allow you to harm yourself. I have made a promise and contain someone, and one that I intend to keep. The voice didn't sound like anything like before, not menacing or a bit demonic. It sounded an angel, so soft and gentle. The woman kept getting closer and closer to Naruto, and the boy felt like he needed to back away, but he could not. His body froze in place out of fear. Once the woman got close enough, she kneeled down to the boy's level. Naruto just stared at the woman's eyes as she stared back at him. She curved a small, soft smile. Her lips, she rose her arms and stretched out to Naruto. They slowly wrapped around the boy's body. Naruto wouldn't dare to move a muscle. She slowly pulled him closer into gentle embrace. I will not allow you to feel lonely either. Naruto was just so confused at the entire situation. At the moment ago, he was standing in front of a demonic fox, but now he's being cuddled by a beautiful redhead. Naruto's body felt so stiff, but then the woman stared gently and stroked his back. Naruto could feel himself relaxing more. And then, to his surprise, his arms started to move as if their own. They slowly wrapped around the redhead and hugged her back. The woman responded to it by tightening her, holding on to Naruto. You have been alone for so long, but not anymore, she whispered gently. This is the first time Naruto has ever experienced a hug. It feels so strange. Strange in a good way. It feels warm, nice. Naruto thought. Might start crying again, but she didn't let him. Everything the woman heard Naruto make any kindness of whimper or feel him shaking. The woman whispered words of comfort to the boy. Shh, it's okay, it's okay. Are you still the QB? Naruto asked. Well, that's a silly question, she chuckled. Of course I am. Naruto pulled back from the hug and took a better look at the woman. But you're a girl. Well, an ox. Of course I am. The redhead gently stroked the boy's hair and chuckled again. Couldn't you tell by how soft my fur looked in my beast form? Whoa, Naruto just hawked at the amazement. I had no idea. I don't blame you. No one else knew either. In fact, you're the first one to see me in this form. The woman spoke. Well, you are very pretty, Missy. Um, Naruto looked at away in embarrassment. What is it? She asked. I don't know your name, the boy mumbled. Oh, the young woman blinked and a couple of times in surprise quickly regained. Oh, you know it. It's Kyubi. No, Katsune. The boy frowned. But isn't that just a nickname? Why can't you just tell me your real name? Kyubi? Lover lip templed. You want to know my real name? She asked. And the boy nodded his head in famous Naruto grin. Kyubi couldn't feel herself losing control like she about to cry. She had done that in a very long time. The last time she cried was the first day she was still inside of Naruto. Naruto felt first to ask her real name. No one ever done that at all. Of the Biju previous Cherokee didn't ever bother to talk to her. Kushina sometimes would, only when she wanted power to end the fight. Woman composed herself to stop herself from crying herself. Kurama, my name is Kurama. Naruto smiled back. My name is Naruto Uzumaki Tatabayo. Kurama chuckled and the boy too. Surprised, she landed a kiss on top of his forehead. I already know that, silly. Back to the real world. Naruto woke up back into an alleyway. He felt in pain. Wasn't it all just a dream? He wondered as he looked around. In pain from the knife wound was great, but soon enough to a little boy. Surprised, the pain was subduing as his strength slowly replenished. What? The little boy quickly recovered his mouth. His tongue has grew back in his mouth, but didn't feel better? Not to flinch at the surprise of the recovery of his ears. Karma? He whispered quietly. He didn't just hear his friend's voice inside his own head. The only one and only, Karma answered, followed with a giggle. I don't understand. How can I hear your voice in my head? The boy spoke out loud. It's because of the paper tag you ripped out of the cage. It prevents me from sharing my powers with you and communication. Communicate. Sharing your power? Naruto asked. Yes, I shared a tiny bit of power of my chakra with you and was healing your wounds. And Naruto, yeah? The boy perked up. You don't have to speak out loud. I can hear your thoughts. Oh, really? Yes. So cool, the boy mumbled to himself at Naruto's apartment. Naruto just got home. He made sure he got extra careful not to get caught by any angry villagers again. Home sweet dump, Naruto muttered as he kicked off his sandals to the corner. Naruto lived in a studio apartment. It had everything important that every home needs: small kitchen, small bed, a patch up sofa, a bathroom, and a small bookshelf. The apartment wasn't exactly in a good condition, though. The paint was crumbling away from the walls, and ceiling molds were growing in the corners of the room. Mostly of the windows are shattering thanks to the villagers and their rocks, and the floorboard were very old and squeaky. One of the board is loose. That's where Naruto hits all his money. You should go to sleep and rest up. I'll need you to be at your best tomorrow. Really? Why? For your training, of course. I need my continue to be strong so he could defeat himself. The little Uzumaki eyes lit up with excitement. Wait, you're going to train me in the arts of shinobi? Indeed, I will. I have thousands of years of experience and I know a lot of things about way of shinobis. I just might be the best teacher in this village. This is so awesome, Naruto loudly exclaimed. He couldn't wait until tomorrow. He was changing into his pajamas, giggling the whole time until he saw something on his chest. What is this? He spoke out, shakily voice. He stood in front of the mirror and saw his eyes. Naruto. Kurama spoke with a voice full of sadness. I'm sorry, my chakra couldn't heal everything. A tear rolling down her boy's face as he traced his finger down his chest. Naruto, how this doesn't not defy you, your actions to do. I know, Kurama, I know. Those tunings from before, they were just cutting. Naruto made himself suffer. They wanted to make a mark so that they would know what He is so to the whole village. They were right. When Naruto will look at the mirror, he will always remember what they did to him, the gift that they gave him. There was no words craved on the boy's chest. Words at the village constantly used to defy the boy. Monster, freak, demon. So, Kurama, what will you be teaching me? Naruto asked as he marched on his breakfast cup instead of ramen. Kurama chuckled on his blonde excitement. Take it easy, kid. At least finish your breakfast first. Come on, I'm ready curious to know what cool stuff we'll be doing, the boy persisted. Kurama sighed. First, you'll need to go to the old monkey. There are a few things that you need his permission to get. Naruto frowned from the confusion. The old monkey, the Hokage. Oh, Gigi, why do we need him? The boy asked as Sim slurped at his noodles. Well, first off, we need him to sign you up to the academy. There you will receive basic training, eventually becoming a full-fledged shinobi. Second, we will need his permission to access a special vault in his tower, which is known as the Library of Jutsus. Library of Jutsus? Naruto mumbled. Yes, the vault holding records of every known jutsus to the village. Only a select few may enter, like the Hokage villagers, elders, and few Ambu Black Ops and Joni shinobis. Whoa, that sounds cool, Naruto mumbled with stars on his eyes. But immediately got discouraged. It most likely that Gigi will enroll him to the academy. I have that no doubts that, but you said the vault is very secure place. That's not many can enter, and I really doubt that he'll let someone like me in there. Anyways, it pleased me. Kurama chuckled. You're smart, little kid. I'm sure you'll figure it out. Naruto just gulped. Yeah, I have a few questions for Gigi, said the boy, was slightly anger. Was one of the few people who treat Naruto with kindness and saw him as a child, not a monster. He was always tried to protect the little boy, but most of the time he was too late. He helped him survive, bring him clothes, food, or sometimes money. Most shop owners refused to do business with him, or they made him pay way too much than the product is worth. Hokage's Tower. It took a boy a whole hour to reach the Hokage's Tower. If you take the path that everyone else uses, it should take a 15 minutes. But ever since the incident yesterday, Naruto wanted to avoid any confrontations with other people. Right now, the boy walked through the hallway straight towards the Hokage's office main door. As he walked, he went past paintings that were hanging on the wall. These were paintings of the previous Hokages, and the number of men helped the Konoha to what is today. There was painting of shinobi's Hokages, Ashurama, next to Madara Uchiha. These two men once were rivals, are the founders of the village. The next one was Tobirama Senju, the first Hokage younger brother. Third Hokage was Hiruzen, the man that he retired years ago but had to retake the position and step up in the retirement For once, the fourth Hokage has fallen. It Hiruzen was a student of Namikaze. The fourth Hokage carries the will of fire that the third had. Then there was the fourth, Minato Namikaze. The man didn't came from a clan shinobi, but from a clan merchant. The man was the first of his clan to become a shinobi, and some people say that he was a genius like no one has ever seen. He quickly rose up the ranks from becoming Hokage level shinobi in early 20s. Records shows that he was the youngest man to reach status of Hokage, but the man died in a battle against the Kyuubi. Naruto looked away from Minato's orange painting. As he walked by, all the other paintings were of Konoha noblemen. Naruto didn't recognize most of them, but he knew one of them. The first one that came up was Namikaze. Uh, Everyone knows who he is. In the village, he is just famous of the fourth. The man was one of the first clan merchant to settle as Kurogiri. The man was an was so famous he opened a business in Konoha. He helped villagers' economy grow. After 2 decades, Konoha became a wealthy village in compared with the other 5 village greats. Most of the shops and business in Konoha are owned by the Namikaze clan in present day. Even if exiled, it is still unknown to the most wealthiest in politics powerful clan in Kurogiri. Along with the side of Senju clan in Uchiha, Naruto approached the office door. He was just about to turn the doorknob and open the door, but the Hokage secretly spoke up. Hey, what do you think you're doing? The woman asked. She clear her looked at she in a bad mood. Maybe because she had a rough morning, or maybe she because Nato showed up. I'm here to see Gigi. Naruto answered nervously. The the woman scoffed. The Hokage is busy man. He doesn't have the time to deal with likes of you. But I have to see him. It's important. Not to persist. Didn't you hear what I said? I just said scram. Stood up from her seat and was about to walk over to Naruto, but before she could do anything, the boy quickly opened the door and dashed inside the office. Gigi Naruto quickly ran to surprise the old man was pulled away from his paperwork. Naruto-kun. The old man laughed. When the blond boy jumped on his lap, he wrapped around his arms, holding the elder, but the old man stopped laughing when he saw the boy's scared expression. My boy, what's the matter? I'm sorry, third. I tried to stop him, but and she spoke out. Hiruzen waved her off. It's fine. Naruto-kun is welcome here whenever it pleases him. The woman stared at disbelief for a few seconds, but she bowed her head in defeat. Hi, Hokage-sama. She left the office. Once the woman left, Naruto took a sigh of relief. So, my boy, I take it you have something very important to say. If you're willing to make such a big fuss over it? The old Hokage patted the boy's head. Naruto nodded his head while looking down and got off the old man. He walked over to the other side of the desk and still avoided to look into the old man's eyes. Cruz noticed that he became worried for the boy. Seeing him nervous and unhappy was unlike him. For the little Naruto child, is something bothering you? Go on, speak. Hiruzen spoke with a gentle voice. The boy took a deep breath. It was difficult to Naruto to confront his grandfather like this, but the old man seems to understanding. It's all right. Take your time, as you need to. I'm not going anywhere. Naruto took another deep breath. Gigi, I have a question for you, and I need you to answer them truthfully. So please don't lie. Houston left confused and what with the boys and what will he ask him? Depends. What do you want to know, Naruto-kun? Said the old man. Hokage, can you blabber out a secret? Can you tell me the story about the Kyubi attack on the village 4 years ago? The fourth last battle? The boy asked. Hiruzen was surprised by the boy's request, but he didn't show it. But the man remained calm. From outside, why, Naruto-kun? The Hokage chuckled. You mean you don't know the story? Everyone from the village knows it already. Please tell me the story, and don't lie. The boy spoke as he kept his head hanging low. The old man cleared his throat. All right. 4 years ago, the dark night, a giant fox, the nine-tail, appeared. Hiruzen leaned back to his chair. The beast was trembling with rage and releasing the mighty roar and shook the village itself. Konoha fought with the demonic beast with all their might and proved too it was futile. The most hope was the last, but one man appeared and the village received a glimmer of hope. The fourth Hokage had appeared. The man was battled with the beast, knowing that the entire village could be destroyed. If he failed, he could not lose. The battle raged on till sunrise, and the beast was defeated, but with a cost of the fourth life. The man finished. I'll give him to admit the old geezer is good at storyteller. What happened to the Kyubi? The boy asked. The fourth had slain the beast. The Hiruzen answered right away. The little boy clenched his fist and grinned his teeth. You're off to bad start already, old man. Naruto stared down into the old Hokage's eyes, slammed his hand on the desk. Don't lie to me. Naruto-kun, please calm down. The old man spoke, looked up, and raised his hands. Naruto didn't know what old man was doing. A little did he know Hiruzen was signing his Anbu's Black Ops shinobis to stand down. Really now, do you shinobi think I cannot take down a little kid? Was upset for 4 years old. The man thought slightly offended. Hiruzen turned his attention back to Naruto. My boy, I wasn't lying to you. What I told you was the truth. I know the truth, okay? I know, Naruto answered. Hiruzen's eyes shot wide open. He started to sweat drop nervously. You know what? You know. The old man verbally flinched and he stood up from the chair. What? Naruto didn't say it, but he continued to stare at the old man. Someone told me it must be it. That bastard. I strictly ordered everyone not to talk about Naruto being the Jinchuriki. When I get my hands on whoever can't keep their mouth shut, I'll make sure the punishment will be severe. The man thought angrily. 4 years ago, there was unspoken law in Konoha, made by the third. The law was not talk about the Jinchuriki. The law meant by protecting Naruto and the new generation from the truth, so that Naruto would have a chance to make some friends and from bonds. The village who told Naruto give them their names.